Hi, everybody. I'm Don Brockett. And first of all, we'd like to thank the American Legion for being kind enough to give us this hall. And we sure do appreciate every single one of you coming out here to laugh and clap. And that's what we want you to do. I think this is where I say, I guess that's all I have to say. And I get back on my good carpet so my magic voice doesn't crack anything. We'll start.
I love her face. I love the way she smiles at me. I love her voice. I love her golden hair. Her golden hair. But most of all, each time she walks in front of me, I love a London derriere.
Are you grinning after winning, Brother Ted? Brother Ted, it was awful easy landing there in D.C. where you lodge, where you lodge. Are you grinning after winning?
Sister Eunice, Sister Eunice,
Left at home all alone.
while at home you're lurking. Sergeant's out and working for the Corps, for the Corps. Sister Eunice, Sister Eunice.
Are you busting and tight rusting, Brother Bob, Brother Bob? NBC is
censored,
NBC is
censored.
bang, 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 bang. Are you busting and tight rusting?
Shame on Peter, shame on Peter, Sister Pat, Sister Pat. So we needn't break him, see if you can make him ban the clan, ban the clan. Frere Jacques, Frere Jacques, we're pour vous, we're pour vous. Take us to your leader, his name is Von Meter. He's nice too, he's nice too. JFK, JFK. Next time you run, next time you run from Kennedy policy, please do not squirm. Do all that you can to keep Kennedy's firm, so Bobby can run after your second term. JFK, JFK. Frere Jacques, Frere Jacques, we're pour vous, we're pour vous. Take us to your leader, his name is Von Meter. He's nice too, he's nice too. JFK, JFK, JFK.
I met her at the thoroughfare near the olive shelf By the time we reached the checkout, I could not control myself. I had to brush right past her, and that's how it began. She said, help me with my cartons. You're such a big, strong man from suburbia. Suburbia. There had to be another time, but when or why or how, I would have stopped it then if I had known what I know now. As we walked through the parking lot, I knew I'd lost my heart. It wasn't how she looked at me, but how she pushed her cart through suburbia. Suburbia. I wanted to avoid her, for she lived in our plan. I saw her every time I went to empty the garbage can. The way she wore bikinis, I knew that she had class. And when she took a sunbath, it was splendor in the grass of suburbia. Suburbia. Then one day at the laundromat, she gave the come on sign. She said, don't waste a quarter, put your clothes in with mine. And then my head went reeling, and then my heart took wings. For that machine was mixing up our innermost intimate things in suburbia. Suburbia. Now each day from Community Hall, you'll hear a mournful wail. For she's down in divorce court, and I'm locked up in jail. You women may call me a ne'er-do-well, you men may call me a sport. But they've made a movie about my life, they call it the Chapman Report. It's all about suburbia. Suburbia. The worst part of it is, I gave her all my S&H green stamps.
Oh, she was a sea captain's daughter, toast of the harbor. All of the sailors had made her queen of the waves. With a blow high and a blow low on the masthead, aye, give me a folderol cruising down the coast of Barbary.
I never got past her naval officer father the day that I sailed to the island to ask for her hand. With a blow high and a blow low on the masthead, aye, give me a folderol cruising down the coast of Barbary.
One evening she said, won't you take me away from this villain? Right then through the porthole I swept her into my dinghy.
With a blow high and a blow low on the masthead, aye, give me a folderol cruising down the coast of Barbary. They sailed with the wind to their starboard, out of the harbor. As she readied for bed, he was watching whales to the port. With a blow high and a blow low on the masthead, aye, give me a folderol cruising down the coast of Barbary.
The evening before we got married, we toasted with wine. And on that night we had relations join us to dine. With a blow high and a blow low on the masthead, aye, give me a folderol cruising down the coast of Barbary,
She was so cold and stiff when I placed her to rest in the sand dunes with cockles and mussels alive. Oh, I covered her grave.
With a blow high and a blow low on the masthead, aye, give me a folderol cruising down the coast of Barbary, With a blow high and a blow low on the masthead, aye, give me a folderol cruising down the coast of Barbary,
Honored guests, mothers and fathers, boys and girls. This is indeed an occasion for the Happy House Settlement House, an occasion of great pomp and circumspect. Just 6 months ago today, our guest of honor, Mrs. A. Whitcomb-Putney von Chancebrower, presented us with our most prized possession, this exquisite concert grand piano which once graced her own sitting room. Engraved on it, a list of the many famous men who played there. But life here at the Settlement House has been different since we received Mrs. Chancebrower's generous gift. The days have been accompanied by wholesome melodies and paced to haunting rhythms, like the natives beating their pom-poms. And now, Mrs. Chancebrower, for that special surprise, to show their appreciation for your wonderful gift, some of our boys and girls have written and arranged this song, all their very own. You can begin now, dear.
We're both 12 now, and I love you a lot. And I pray that you'll never get shot. Get shot. Neath my pillow, I have hidden your jeans. You're my favorite of a gangland queen.
Gang queens, gang queens, gang queens, gang queens.
Oh, I worship the streets you play on. When winter skies are gray, and I worship the beach you lay on throughout each summer's day, 'cause you're my steady. And you know what this means.
This means.
It means I'm gonna love you even till we're both teens.
Dearest darling, most precious sweetheart, I was thinking last night of our first date together. How young and foolish we were then. We sat through 2 double features. I even remember the titles: Drag Strip Darling and Unclean Teen Queen. Those pictures reminded me so much of our love, and on that night we swore we'd never part. I think of you all night, every night, and all day, every day. And as soon as you're allowed to have visitors, I'll be the first one there. But before then, if you're able to break out, come straight to me. I won't care.
Wow, wow, wow!
Well, we'll both live now, and I love you a lot. And I pray pretty baby that you never get shot. Well, neath my pillow, I have hidden your jeans. And you're the queen of all the gangland queens. I worship the streets that you play on every night and day. I worship the beach that you lay on every night and day. Cha-cha-cha.
'cause you're my steady. And you know what this means. It means I'm gonna love you even till we're both teens.
Have you heard what's become of dear Mamie and Ike since they've staked their claim near the Pensy Turnpike? They've opened a restaurant for tourists and such, and the only thing served there is Pennsylvania Dutch.
Like the noodle-I, noodle-I, noodle-I-ace, and the strudel-I, strudel-I-ace. Like the noodle-I, strudel-I, noodle-I-ace.
And apple pandowdy served 12 different ways.
There's a stand full of trinkets, all costing too much, and made in Japan by the Pennsylvania Dutch. Mame shouts her wares and she yells herself hoarse, while Ike is the pro at their pitch and putt course.
With the noodle-I, noodle-I, noodle-I-a, and the strudel-I, strudel-I-a. With the noodle-I, strudel-I, noodle-I horse.
While Ike is the pro at their pitch and putt course.
You can almost hear muskets and great cannon sounds as Mamie leads tours on nearby battlegrounds, while Ike in the evening, to show he's no slouch, paints neighborhood barns with big signs for mail pouch. With a noodle-I, noodle-I, noodle-I-a, and a strudel-I, strudel-I-a. With a noodle-I, strudel-I, noodle-I, ouch. Paints neighborhood barns with big signs for mail pouch.
And late in the evening they retire to their farm with memories of headlines to keep themselves warm. But headlines, like hairlines, will soon fade away. Mamie's bangs never made them like Mrs. JFK.
With a noodle-I, noodle-I, noodle-I-a, and a strudel-I, strudel-I-a. With a hey noodle-I, strudel-I, noodle-I-a. Mamie's bangs never made them like Mrs. JFK.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. And now, before we get too far into 1963, Barbara and I would like to give you our salute to 1962. It's a thing called Twisted Humor.
Hey, Barb.
Yes, Don.
What do you say we go to one of them drive-in theaters?
Swell, what's playing, Don?
Listen to this. All-night moonlight movie-thon.
Yeah.
First run features include I Married an Adulteress,
Oh.
The Shameless Sun Worshippers,
Uh-huh.
and The Pleasures of Sin.
Where is it, Don?
The family drive-in. Marvelous party, isn't it?
Absolutely smashing.
I do believe I've had a little too much champagne. But
I beg your pardon, sir. Did you belch before me?
oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know it was your turn.
Why are you crying, Mrs. Kangaroo?
It's raining and the children have to play inside. Oh, Dr. Needlebaum, I've come all the way to Bulgaria because I heard you were the most famous brain surgeon in the world.
Thank you kindly, madam. Tell me, how can I help you?
Well, Doctor, my husband.
Yes?
My husband thinks he's a horse.
Oh, now don't be upset. This is a very common problem of transfiguration.
Oh, you've heard of it before.
Of course I have, and I'm sure I can cure such a condition.
Wonderful.
However, I must warn you, such an operation is very, very expensive.
Money is no object, Doctor. He's won his last 3 races.
Bring!
Hello.
Hello, madam. I'm doing a telephone survey and some special promotional work for a new deodorant. It's called All Gone.
All gone. What's so special about
Well,
it?
you see, it doesn't do anything at all about the odor.
And what good is it?
Well, you spray it on and it makes you invisible and everybody wonders where the stink's
Coming from.
Woo-hoo! Dawn, it's almost time.
Fine, Barb. I put the cream of soda in the refrigerator. We can get it during the commercial.
Oh, good. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Let's say it with me.
Yeah.
Man, woman, birth, death, infinity.
My rheumatic heart is jumping in my eardrums thumping.
All my aches and ills are increased by sudden chills, but we know we'll be all right for every Monday and Thursday night. We get the very best of care from Doctors Casey and Kildare.
What 2 men could stop a nation, make it watch an operation without that Kildare flair.
I'm in love with Casey's hair.
They'll be mentioned in our wills, though they never send us bills. We get the very best of care from Doctors Casey and Kildare. I think I'm having trouble with my spleen.
La la la, and I have just a touch of gangrene. But we feel healthy while we're watching, though it's mean, because of all those other sickies on the screen. I can put a leg in traction and give respiratory action.
This show's been great for us, that's why we'll never make a fuss with no visiting nurse or proctor. We've had such fun playing doctor.
Oh, Dawn, let's do play doctor.
Fine, Nurse Barbara, you help me on here with my white coat. That's the girl. Now, Nurse Barbara, you go about your duties in the ward, and I'll tend to the operating room.
Yes, Dr. Dawn.
Fine, fine. This one looks pretty serious. Guess we'll have to cut him open first. Another opening, another show. Oh, look. The neck bone's connected to the shoulder bone, and the back bone's connected to the hip bone, and the hip. Oh, what have we here? A swimming pool-shaped kidney. Marvelous. Now I should suture him up. Nurse Barbara, where can that girl be? Nurse Barbara!
You called me Dr. Don?
No, I called you Nurse Barbara. I'm Dr. Don, remember?
What are you, some kind of medical nut?
No, but I'll thank you girls to remember my name.
After all, my TV rating went up 3 points. They loved me in that operation this morning.
Oh, Doctor.
How's Mrs. Fairchild today?
Oh, she's not so good today, Doctor. Today she thinks she's Jacqueline Kennedy. She hopped on Nurse Johnson's back and rode her out to the reception desk screaming, "Tally-ho, tally-ho."
Did you catch her?
We outfoxed her. Doctor, she wants you to operate immediately.
Operate immediately? What for?
Well, she heard that Jacqueline Kennedy wears size 10 shoes and she wants her feet stretched.
All right, I'll take care of it. Now give me the report on that patient.
Oh, yes, Doctor. A temperature 105.4, blood pressure 200/90, respiration subnormal, 36.
That girl's in terrible shape. Who is it?
Me, Doctor, I'm sick.
Now, Nurse Barbara, there's not a thing the matter with you. You go about your duties and don't come back here until everything's finished. You got that?
Oh, Dr. Don, I've done everything to make you notice me. I poured out your plasma, I tied your stethoscope in knots, I even ate 4 cotton balls so I'd throw up. Dr. Don, can't you see? I love you.
In that case, Nurse Barbara, will you marry me?
Oh, Dr. Don, you're a killer. Sorry.
I can't offer you much at first. We'll have to move to a small town in the country and open our own clinic. Oh, it'll be a struggle at first. Nurse Barbara, you'll have to sleep on the operating table and cook on the sterilizer. But before you know it, we'll have those patients lined up waiting for blocks to get in, huh? And we'll spend the rest of our lives together fighting the doctor's common enemy.
Disease?
No, Medicare.
With no visiting nurse or proctor, we've had such fun playing doctor. Ever since we're in the care of Doctors Casey and Kildare. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to pass out of the picture. The other day, some friends of mine were discussing elderly people, and the collective comments went something like this. I just love that little old lady that sells violets on Fifth Avenue. And, have you seen that little old lady that rides the subway? And, did you ever notice those little old ladies that come to church in black babushkas? Well, my point is this. I'm nearly 6 feet tall, and what I'd like to know is, has anyone ever seen a big old lady? Has anyone ever seen a big old lady passing by? Has anyone ever seen a big old lady stealing everyone's eye? There's no such thing as a big old lady. I'm about to die. I grew too many inches here, spread too many inches there. I'll never be a little old lady. I'm much more round than square. Little old lady I can't be. Boy Scouts say, please help me. Can't they invent a shrinking pill to end this misery? There's diet food for when you're fat, vitamins that weight with ease. The only way that I'll get shorter is by walking on my knees. To think little though I try, the powers that be don't heed my cry. I'll never be a little old lady. I'm about to die.
Young playwrights throughout the country today are being taught that originality is the most perishable quality in literature. With this thought in mind, they are asked to recreate certain scenes and situations that are familiar to all of us. Now, as an example, and as a tribute to these great men, from the play Cinderella, we present the famous ballroom scene as it would have been written by two of today's most famous playwrights. First, Noel Coward.
Bully music, eh, what?
Smashing.
Care to dance?
We already are.
Already are what?
Dancing.
Oh, stupid of me. So we are. Do forgive me.
Forgiven.
Thank you. Get you, lovely.
Thank you. You know, I find you frightfully attractive.
Haven't I seen you somewhere before?
Doubt it.
Upland?
No.
Surrey?
No.
Downland?
No.
No bother.
That's better.
How jolly well strange.
What's strange?
I do believe I've fallen
Hopelessly in love with you.
Of course you have.
Marry me.
Can't.
But why?
Wicked stepmomsy.
Wicked stepmomsy, will she scold?
No.
Then what's the bother?
She'll tell my husband.
And now the man who has dragged the theater down south. That typical American boy, our own Tennessee Williams.
Cinderella girl. I swear I have never seen a woman as lovely as you.
Thank you kindly, Prince Charming Man, but you are mistaken. You have seen me before.
I have? Now you tell me, Cinderella girl. Tell me when and why.
Not long ago, you rode past the plantation of my wicked stepmomsy.
No, Cinderella girl. Don't tell me that was you picking that magnolia.
No, that was my wicked stepsister woman.
Then why were you?
I was the one scrubbing the bricks in the open barbecue pit.
No, Cinderella girl.
Don't tell me that was you.
Dressed in them rags and tatters and covered with the stains of summer and smoke.
I will tell you, Prince Charming Man, because even dressed in them rags and tatters, I am a desirable woman.
No, stop, gal, don't.
Many men have a lech for me. I can feel them stare at me till they burn the clothes off me with their eyes, and it makes me feel nervous.
Cinderella girl, stop saying them things.
Nervous all over till I feel like a kite on a hot tin roof.
Stop saying them things and stop touching me like that.
But Prince Charming Man, other men have begged me to touch them.
But I cannot be like other men.
Why are they not?
Because suddenly last summer, I became sick.
And ever since then, I have been searching for another prince. Neighbors, it's your old friends, Brother Elmer.
And Sister Sharon.
Coming your way with country songs of faith.
Hallelujah.
But before we get it going, we want to tell you about a sensational offer we can make to you for
count it, one United States dollar.
It's a Bible.
What kind of a Bible?
A radiating, illuminating Bible.
Hallelujah. Sister Sharon said it, folks. This Bible is not only illuminating, which means it lights up in the dark,
but it is radiating, which means going to radiate goodness throughout your entire house.
Amen.
Friends, I want you to do me a little favor, but first of all, I'm going to ask Sister Sharon to read a letter from one of our beloved listeners and followers.
Sister S.L. Sister Sharon.
Thank you, brother. Dear Brother Elmer and Sister Sharon,
Amen.
I want to thank you for your radiating, illuminating Bible and your lucky incense.
Hallelujah.
Since I have been burning that lucky incense, my husband's hernia has been cured.
Amen.
And our daughter Estrelita was married last week, and we are the happy grandparents of a 3-month-old baby girl.
Hallelujah.
Blessings on you, Brother Elmer and Sister Sharon. Your friend, Sister S.L.
Thank you, Sister Sharon, and thanks to you, Sister S.L. You folks keep them cards and letters coming in. Now, friends, I'm going to ask you to do that little favor. If you got your illuminating, radiating Bible at home, here's what I want you to do. First of all, I want you to put that Bible at the foot of your bed. Then I want you to pull out the light. Now I want you to lay there in the dark and start to watch while that Bible starts to radiate in goodness right up through your toes, then through your knees, then through your hips,
right on up into your head, so that every thought you have will be a thought of love and beauty.
Hang on a minute, folks. It looks like Sister Sharon's fixing to get a vision. Sister Sharon, tell us, sister, what is that vision?
I see a young girl.
What kind of a young girl?
A blonde, blue-eyed, beautiful, and innocent young girl.
What is that young girl's name?
A Lulu something.
We'll call her Lulu something.
Lulu something is in the farmhouse of her father. It is late at night.
Hallelujah. Lesson number 1 to be taught from Sister Sharon's vision, folks. Every beautiful and innocent young farm girl should be in the farmhouse of her father late at night.
But in the room next to Lulu something is a traveling salesman who has come to spend the night in her father's farmhouse.
What kind of man is that traveling salesman man?
He is a city dude dressed in a broad checkered suit and wearing sweet-smelling perfume on his hair.
Curses! Fire on that scoundrel!
He has taken a bottle of hard whiskey and he's gone over to Lulu something's room to ask her if she wants a drink of that stuff.
The villain.
He sees that she is asleep, so he decides to wake her up. But just as he starts towards her, he feels something coming out and touching him.
Yes, sister, tell us.
He looks towards the foot of the bed and then...
Yes, Sister Sharon, tell us all.
There's one of them radiating, illuminating bombs!
Hallelujah! What's he doing now?
He's gone over to his room and he is pouring that hard whiskey out the window and he is washing that sweet-smelling perfume off his hair.
Now tell us everything, Sister Sharon.
What's to happen tonight?
He is crying like a baby. And he is kneeling down to pray.
Well, you saw what happened in Sister Sharon's vision, folks. Now, if you want to get yourself one of them illuminating, radiating Bibles, here's all you have to do. Send in $1, 2 50-cent pieces, 4 quarters, 10 dimes, no nickels, please. To Bible, that's B-I-B-L-E, Bible, care station, Amen, A-M-E-A-N, Amen, and we'll be glad to send it on out to you, Sister Sharon.
Howdy, folks. Sorry it took so long with my vision. We'll only have time for one number. Want to thank you all for your cards and letters. Remind you to get over to Elephant Gulch next week for the revival. We'll be there in our tent. We want to meet you all in person. Brother Elmer.
Thank you, sister. Now for little Emmy Lou Blake, who's a shut-in over there to Poison Breath. We'd like to sing that lovely song of faith and good fellowship. Grandma was killed by snakebite. Grandma was walking by the roadside. She was happy as could be when along came a great big rattlesnake and bit her on the knee. Grandma was killed by a snakebite, but just before she died, she said she don't blame it all on the rattlesnake, 'cause I stepped on the poor fella's head.
This song has a recitation.
This teaches me to love my neighbor.
And not to say the things I might have said.
Oh, and it teaches me that everyone is
my brethren.
When I think of poor Grandma laying dead.
2, 3, 4. Grandma was killed by a snakebite, but just before she died, she said she don't blame it all on the rattlesnake, 'cause I stepped on the poor fella's head. No, I stepped on the poor fella's head. Thank you. Swamp, cold and damp,
we will struggle, swim, and stomp
as the Peace Corps keeps rolling along.
Tsetse flies we have caught,
and a case of jungle rot as the Peace Corps goes rolling along.
For it's Bata Chunga Gili since we've learned to speak Swahili. We make the natives sing along, 2, 3, and they're really very clever on the Stars and Stripes forever
as the Peace Corps goes rolling along. It's been great, it's been fun,
all the teaching we have done
as the Peace Corps goes rolling along.
Making fudge, baking pies,
catching lovely butterflies as the Peace Corps goes rolling along.
In our new Watusi nation, there's no outdoor sanitation. We've taught the natives how to flush.
1, 2. Bathroom walls are quite prosaic, with our slogan in mosaic as the Peace Corps goes rolling along.
Keep them rolling
as the Peace Corps goes rolling along.
Keep them rolling
as the Peace Corps goes rolling along. Okay, that's all, and we want to thank all the people that voted for us. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.